If I could go back to my younger stuttering self, I wouldn't tell him to fix anything. I wouldn't tell him to achieve fluency. I would have told him something completely different. And I want to share that with you today as it changed everything for me. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. McCool. I'm a GP from Ireland who has a stutter, who runs a free online stuttering platform called Stutter Connect, which you're welcome to join. The link is in the description below. I have worked hard on my speech for months and years, and I've developed stuttering control. Years ago, I used to avoid speaking. I used to avoid phone calls. I used to avoid social situations and presentations, all because for fear of my stutter, for fear of being perceived different, for fear of being judged by fluent speakers. But to this day, I'm open about my stutter. I am not cured from my stutter, but I've transformed myself into a confident speaker who enjoys speaking, who enjoys improving his communication every single day. That is my life goal, to achieve great communication while enjoying the speaking process, while achieving my goals, not letting stuttering get in the way of me achieving them. The first thing that I would tell my younger self is stop fighting every block. You know how you feel after a stuttering block or even during a stuttering block. You feel low, you have low self esteem, you have low self worth, you feel stuck, you feel hopeless, all of these negative thoughts. And this reinforces the negative stuttering cycle. Blocking happens, negative thought patterns happen, which causes avoidance and more stuttering pain and suffering. The first thing you need to do is stop fighting the block. Once a block happens, and it will happen, let the air out. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Start again. Be open about your stutter to other people, because blocks happen once you try to be fluent, once you're trying to be a fluent speaker. But once you voluntarily stutter and are more open about your stutter, that is when the pressure is off and the block is less likely to happen. But if it does happen, let out the air, pause, release all the air in your lungs, take a full diaphragmatic breath, and start again. It is not the end of the world. The listener does not care as much as you care. Stop letting blocks feed your negative stuttering cycle. The second thing I would tell my younger self is that your value is not your fluency. You can be an extremely valuable human being with having a stutter, and your stutter does not define your value as a human. You can be a great doctor, a great football player, a great journalist, a great policeman, and your stutter should not define your ability to do those jobs. You can still be a great communicator. You don't need to be a fluent speaker to do these roles. You can be a better than fluent speaker, as people who stutter tend to self analyze how they say things, and you can actually ironically use it to your advantage. You work hard on your articulation, your diction, and you actually improve as a speaker. Stop letting stuttering define your value. The next thing that I would tell them is to just slow down. People who stutter want to hurry into the conversation. They want the speaking process over as quickly as possible. There is nothing wrong with pausing before waiting to speak. Once someone asks you a question, what kind of coffee you want, what food you want to order, or speaking to you on the phone, you can pause. There is power in the pause. You seem more eloquent, articulate, and in control and thoughtful once you pause more often, rather than trying to jump into every conversation all of the time. Get used to pausing, get comfortable with a pause to formulate the words that you want to say. This pause is powerful, as it can help you regain control once you're having a bad stuttering day. The next thing that I would advise him is avoidance makes the stutter go away for today, but in the long run, it will cause immense pain. Most people who I speak to on Stutter Connect avoid certain situations or words or sounds because of their stutter, but avoidance is literally keeping you stuck. Pain now, long-term gain. The pain of facing your fears, of being brave and courageous to face those speaking situations that you're afraid to face now, will reap and sow the rewards for your future self. If you avoid now, it is a short-term win, but long-term pain. The next time you have to engage in that speaking situation or use that word, the fear will be even greater. You cannot go through your life avoiding situations and words and sounds because you stutter. You have to have the bravery and the courage to face them head on. If you don't start today, you will be the same in 5 years or 10 years' time. Stop avoiding speaking situations today and do this consistently, and I guarantee you, your confidence will grow. You will not be fluent, you will not be 100% in control, but by virtue of putting yourself out there, of being brave, you're telling yourself that you're the type of person that challenges themselves, the type of person that is brave and courageous, and the type of person that does not avoid anymore. The final thing that I would tell my younger self is people do not care that you have a stutter as much as you care that you have a stutter. I used to avoid being caught stuttering all the time in school and university. I did not want other people to know that it was different, that I had a stutter. And this caused so much pent up frustration, stress, anxiety, pain, fatigue within me over a long period of time as I was guarded all the time. I was pretending to be a fluent speaker, and this was exhausting as I was afraid of their negative reactions. But once I stuttered in front of them, once I told my peers, my family, my friends about my stutter, they did not care. The reaction was completely different to how my chimp brain thought it was going to be. People were supportive. People did not really care as much as I cared. People did not judge. People respected me even more. They do not judge me on my ability to speak fluently. They judge me on my character, my work ethic, my skill set as a human, and they do not judge my stutter. Stop trying to hide your stutter from your family or friends. Start telling them about it. Start showing them your stutter, and you will be pleasantly surprised. I guarantee you, you will be pleasantly surprised at the supportive reaction. And if the reaction is negative, they probably shouldn't be in your life in the first place. If I could summarize everything to my 18-year-old self, I would tell him that you do not need to be a fluent speaker to achieve the goals you want to achieve. You don't need to escape your stutter to live a full life. You don't need perfect speech to be understood. And you definitely do not need to hide yourself to be accepted. If you're watching this and you stutter, please, link is in the description below to my free online platform, Stutter Connect, Discord group, and WhatsApp, where I will personally speak to you there about your stuttering journey and help you in your journey. And like this video, share it with a friend who stutters, comment below, what would you tell your younger stuttering self? Or what are you currently struggling with at this moment in time? Best luck, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.